Hello guys and welcome back to episode 2 of the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise mode here on Madden 20. If you saw the last episode you would have seen that we played 4 games, the 4 preseason games, lost all 4, but now we're going to head into the regular season. One thing I am going to change is we're going to put that onto 12-minute quarters, and that is it at the moment. I'm still waiting for some proper sliders to come out, so at the moment we're just going to be sticking on the normal sliders, but play the full game. And we will jump into this game here against the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes leading the team. Hopefully we can start our season off with a bit of a win, go slightly better than the Jacksonville Jaguars did last season. They had a bit of a stinker last season. I can't remember what their record was. Where is it? Right, so here we go. First game of the season. So last season they went 5-11. So hopefully we can go a bit better than they did last year. And it's not looking good start here. Kansas City have gone to a 21-point lead here. 28-point lead. Finally got some points on the board. This is not looking good, Jacksonville. We start off the season losing to Andy Reid's Kansas City Chiefs 42-16. Patrick Mahomes had a 90.4% completion rate, a passer rating of 192, 5 touchdowns. Wow. Couldn't get the running game going. Couldn't really seem to get the passing game going either. Yeah, that's not a great start. But that's not a great start for the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise mode. A 42-16 loss here. Yeah, that's not great. Right, hopefully next week we can do better. Away to the the Houston Texans. Hopefully we can do a tad better. Need that defense to step up big. It's Doug Marrone, a quarterback. He's try not to concede 42 points this week and try and score more than 16. But the Houston Texans are an 0-1 football team as well. Nick Foles to take on Deshaun Watson here in Texas. There's a game of defense here, but it's tied up at 3-all. Some points on the board. It's a defensive game here as we got up 17-3 here. And the Jacksonville Jaguars walk away with a 24-10 win here in Texas, coming back to Florida with the win. .250 yards and 3 touchdowns for Nick Foles and an interception. Reverse figures for Deshaun Watson with 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. Rushing wasn't really much of a running game going on there. Receiving Dede Westbrook 8 receptions for 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Miles Jack, Sean Gibson. Let's just have a look at us. Miles Jack and Jake Ryan both, and Trey Boston with 9 tackles. Calais Clay with a sack. An interception for Jake Ryan, AJ Boy, and Trey Herndon. So we're now a 1-1 football team after a heavy defeat to the Kansas City Chiefs. And a win at the Texans. So we're now going to play the Tennessee Titans back in Florida. They're a 1-1 side. We're a 1-1 side. 2 players ready to negotiate contracts, and they are 2 of the big ones: Yannick Ngakoue and Miles Jack. A bit more money than that. Don't have the money to offer him the contracts. So it's going to be a struggle here. But we go into the next game here against the Tennessee Titans. No wonder you always see Miles Jack on the free agents after one season, because Jacksonville don't have the money to keep him. Hopefully we can... well, we've got a lot of players' contracts coming up, so we can... When they all come up, Miles Jack's the guy we're going to go back for in free agency, trying to re-sign him. I was going to say Eric Berry and Trey Boston was a bit of a pickup as well. Right, so we're at home here to Tennessee. As we go down to 3-0, it's now 3-3. We've got racking up to a 17-3 lead here. 23-3 lead. Marching down the pitch to put up points, and we come back with a 31-10 win here at home to the Tennessee Titans. Nick Foles, player of the game, with 368 yards of 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. We're now only 3 games off winning the same amount of games as the Jacksonville Jaguars won in the entirety of the last year. I was putting up 17 points in the second quarter. See there, 150 passing yards and 105 more rushing yards. Just out and out the better team on the day. So rushing yards, it was 115 for Leonard Fournette and 53 for Alfred Blue. Marquise Lee, 7 receptions for 130 yards. Dede Westbrook, 7 for 120. Look at sacks, 2.5 for Calais Clay. Interceptions, no interceptions in the game. Eric Berry with 7 tackles. So we're now a 2-1 football team after 3 games here, and it's time for our last game of the episode here, which is against the Denver Broncos. Players wanting more contracts. Unfortunately, we don't have the money to put them up. Dede Westbrook here. I'll spin it on deep threat. We'll up his deep threat, get that scheme fit with him. Catching, deep route, jumping, and release. Is he normal or star? He is star. Did he gain that, or did he start with that? He started with it. Cool. Right then. So now we're going into the player return. DJ Hayden is returning from injury. so that will improve our defense a bit. As we go into play a 2-on-1, oh no, wrong one. As we go to play a 2-on-1 Denver Broncos. Let's hope that we can stand up strong and our defense can get us a win here away in Denver. We want to try and bring rings to this Super Bowl rings to this Jacksonville Jaguars side. This save will be a potential long-term one. I might do more than one franchise mode to see how they go. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how well we can do this year, and then in the future years when it comes to the draft and stuff like that. So let's play this game here against the Denver Broncos. Here we go. Jacksonville balls. We put some points up on the board. Putting up points. Defense is standing up strong here at the moment. As we put 20, as we go up to a 31-7 lead here. As we do come home to Florida with a 34-15 win. Head coach is not happy there, throwing his clipboard to the floor. Nick Foles again leading this team. What we will do at the end of every episode, we'll look at stats wise and stuff, see how we're dealing in the league comparing to everyone else. Photo there, Joe Flacco looks a bit happy for a guy who has just been sent to the cleaners by the Jaguars. The defense looked to be very strong there as well. Have a look. So we outrushed them, outpassed them. The only thing they did better was more average yards per play, but didn't really matter when they've only got 15 points to our 34. And Nick Foles, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 94 yards for Leonard Fournette and 22 for Alfred Blue. No one really seemed to go off with the ball. Keenan Cole with 6 receptions for 82 yards. 3 receptions for 45 yards with Dede Westbrook as well. We'll take that. We're going to end the episode 2 here with a record of 3-1, which after our pre-season record isn't quite what we were thinking. Keenan Cole. Get that deep threat going. Put it this way, we after our first episode going 0-4, wasn't expecting to go 3-1 in season. In the first episode, in the first league episode here. So we will advance to the next episode, or the next week. We are going next. So the first game of next episode will be taking on a 3-1 Carolina Panthers. So we will up Eric Berry. So you got 1 on block share, 1 on man coverage, 1 on pursuit, 2 on tackling, and 2 on zone coverage. Nice. J1 Taylor, automatic. Right, so after the first episode, we are 1 game behind the Indianapolis Colts, who are currently 4-0. The Tennessee Titans are 2-2, and the Houston Texans are 0-4. We look around the league, we are the 10th best offense in the league and 13th best defense. So if we have a look, Jaguars will change us to the league. Andrew Luck, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Cam Newton, and then Nick Foles. Patrick Mahomes is down there. Anyone sort of off the pace a little bit? Jimmy Garoppolo, with after 4 games, has got an average completion of 56%. Not quite what you'd be expecting, but yeah, we are currently going okay. Weekly awards, don't think we've got anyone in these yet. No, we do not. And then obviously yearly awards aren't out yet. View coach stats. Wrong one. Oh, wrong one again. Come on. There we go. So Doug Marrone has a career record of 19-19. But that'll be the end of this first episode. So in the next episode we'll take on the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, the Cincinnati Bengals, and then the New York Jets. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.